Hello, my dear children. I missed you all at Mass this morning. But I'm sure you'll make up for that next week. Yes. So, in fact, this morning at Mass, I was listening to an elderly couple. The woman leaned over to her husband and said, "I just let out a silent fart. What do you think I should do?" He replied, "Put a new battery in your hearing aid." This week, on my weekly visit to Mercy Hospital, there was a man brought in for heart surgery, and as he awoke, a sister of Mercy and myself were sitting there to give comfort. Except the sister started, "Mr. Smith, you are just fine. But however are you going to pay for your surgery? Are you covered by insurance?" No, I'm not." "Can you pay in cash?" "No, I'm afraid I can't, sister." "Do you have any close relatives then?" "Well, I do have a sister in New Mexico, but she's just a spinster nun." "Nuns are not spinsters, Mr. Smith," I said. "We are married to God." "Well, then," Mr. Smith said, "send the bill to my brother-in-law." During Sunday school this morning, I had all the little dear children in front of me, and we were talking about what they wanted to be when they grow up. Little Sheila said, "When I grow up, I want to be a prostitute." I was startled, to say the least. "What did you say?" "A prostitute," Sheila said. I breathed a sigh of relief. Phew, I thought you said a Protestant. Now, my next dear confession comes from our dear Sister Susan. Sister Susan was walking through the convent one day, and Father Flannery noticed that she was looking a little rounder than usual. "Gaining a little weight, are we, Sister Susan?" "Oh no, Father, just a little gas." A month or so later, Father Flannery noticed that she had gained even more weight. "Sister Susan, are we gaining a little weight?" "Oh, no, Father, just a little gas." A few months later, the father noticed Sister Susan pushing a baby carriage through the convent. He leaned over, looked in the carriage, and said, "What a cute little fart." Now, our dear Mother Superior leads a wonderful Bible study for young ladies. However, last month, she was lecturing on sexual morality. She said, "In moments of temptation, ask yourself just one question. Is an hour of pleasure worth a lifetime of shame?" Well, a young woman in the very back stood up and asked, "How do you make it last an hour?" A man was sitting in the convent with a sister one day, and he asked her, "Why did God make my wife so kind-hearted?" She responded, "So you could love her, my child." "Why did he make her so good-looking?" "So you could love her, my child." "Why did he make her such a good cook?" "So you could love her, my child." He pondered this for a moment, and then asked, "I don't mean to seem ungrateful or anything, but why did he make her so stupid?" "So she could love you, my child." dear Sister Kelly, dear Sister Kelly. She knelt at Father Family's confessional one day and said, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." "What is it, sister?" "Father, I have committed the sin of vanity. Twice a day I gaze at myself in the mirror and tell myself how beautiful I am." The father turned and looked through the confessional window. He said, "My dear, I have good news. It isn't a sin. It's simply a mistake." Now, finally, last Sunday, I was having coffee with 3 of our finest Catholic mothers. They were discussing their wonderful children. The first mother told her friend that her son was a priest, and when he walks into a room, everyone calls him Father. The second mother said, "Well, my son is a bishop, and whenever he walks into a room, people will say, 'Your Grace.'" The third Catholic woman said, "Well, my son is a bishop, and then he became a cardinal. Whenever he walks into a room, people say, 'Your Eminence.'" The fourth Catholic woman sat there sipping her tea calmly, while the other 3 women stared her down. She finally replied, "My son is a handsome 6'3", hard-bodied Chippendale stripper. Whenever he comes into a room, all the women say, 'Oh my God.'" Bless you, children. Thank you for having me.
That was a wonderful, wonderful performance. Thank you very much.